to Castles and Kitchens, live from Blue Mountain Kitchen Design Center in Conifer, Colorado. Fran and Tom with you again on this beautiful fall afternoon in the Rocky Mountains.
That's where we are. So, Fran, tell me, what are we doing today?
Well, Tom, I went to the pumpkin patch on Sunday with the kids. Galen wanted a huge pumpkin, so we went traipsing up through Pumpkin Patch in Broomfield. You ever been up there?
No, I have not.
It's very beautiful.
Really?
Yes. Pumpkins for acres and acres and acres, orange, and then Long's Peak in the distance, and the Flatirons. It's really very pretty.
I bet it is gorgeous. I know I do like that area up there. It's pretty. Well, you know, it's that time of the year, and pumpkins are indeed for sale absolutely everywhere you go. Did you know that there are actually two types of pumpkins?
Really?
Yeah, one big and one small. No,
Okay.
no, there's a decorator or carving pumpkin.
Like this guy.
Which is like this guy. And then there is a pie pumpkin. A pumpkin pie pumpkin.
Okay.
Which, of course, you can use for things other than pie, but you know.
I am a Capricorn. That means I'm very practical. So it's really hard for me to spend money on a vegetable that I can't eat. So purely decorative, I don't know. But a pie pumpkin?
Well, you can probably decorate that as well. Put that outside.
Put it outside in the yard, right?
Yeah.
With your ghosts and your scarecrows. Unless you live in a place where you have hard frost before Halloween is over.
You mean 9,000 feet like
Kind
you?
of like where we live,
okay.
yeah. But okay, so all the rest of everybody else except where you live and where we live, you can probably decorate outside with them and then bring them in and turn them into the stuff that you're going to make your Thanksgiving pies and your pumpkin bread, your ravioli, everything that you go out and buy canned pumpkin for.
You know, and I think a lot of people shy away from making puree because they think it might be too hard.
Is it?
No, it's going to be really easy. In fact, that's what we're doing today.
You're going to show us how to turn a pumpkin into puree?
Exactly.
Cool.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna play with this guy and decorate him a little bit. Ah,
welcome.
he's so cute.
And I love the handle. You know,
It's a very good
isn't that
handle.
great? I love it. Okay, what we're going to do. Of course, the first thing I did, and I did this already. I washed it off because you always want to wash things off if you're Tom. And I suppose if you're going to be using one of those guys, you can always use a chainsaw. I don't know.
I'm doing it with just a knife.
Okay, well, you know. So we're going to cut off the top of this thing, which is sometimes easier said than done. There we go.
Wow.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
And then what I like to do is I'm going to quarter this thing because it makes cleaning out the seeds and the fibers fairly easy.
Now,
See, all this stuff has to go away.
but you keep those seeds, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Clean them off and because you go to the store and buy roasted, toasted pumpkin seeds. That's another thing we can make ourselves with this,
Well,
right?
and here's one right here we're going to save. Okay, so I have this quartered, and it's really easy. These pumpkin seeds, you mix them with a little bit of salt and a little bit of butter and roast them off. Golly, it's terrific. Okay.
That sounds good.
I'm going to grab a bowl and a big
Wow.
spoon.
That is orangier than my pumpkin.
I wonder if that means that there's more sugar. You know, I don't know that.
I don't
We'll
know
have
that
to,
either.
have to
Maybe
look it up.
somebody out in our viewing land will be able to tell us that. Okay.
So just take a spoon like this and carve this stuff out like this. The one thing that you want to do is that you want to make sure you get all of the fiber out. We're going to end up pureeing this after it's roasted, but even pureeing the fibers, you know, won't be that good. So
Okay.
scrape it all off like this.
And you're going to roast this. Is this in the oven? What temperature?
400 degrees.
400.
And the amount of pumpkin that we have here, I'll cook it off for probably 45 minutes.
Okay. 45. We're going to hang around for 45 minutes while it cooks.
That'll be a surprise for later.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so set that aside right there.
Okay, scraping all this out. Very interesting. You know, can you see me? Hi. We have some exciting things happening here, Castles and Kitchens. We're adding series classes.
Serious?
Serious. We're always so serious. On Saturday mornings.
Yep.
And on Thursday evenings, we're going to do a series of 3 classes. The first one is on baking.
The bakery.
Because we've had lots of requests for that, for baking.
Well, at altitude, for example.
Yeah. So what a mystery, high altitude baking. So we're going to do a series of 3 classes. You come on 3 consecutive Saturday mornings, and we're going to bake some breads and some cakes and pies and tarts and creams and all kind of wonderful things. And the other one's on basic home cookery, right? That's on Thursday
Right,
nights.
and we're going to really be studying technique. The idea is to learn some classical technique, which will help us all become, I think, better, stronger cooks. We're going to be working with beef and pork and poultry. We're going to be studying. We're going to renew the art of roasting, and
yeah, I don't know. I think people don't know how to. They get scared of doing a roast beef. Look at this.
Ooh, I like that.
That's cool.
I like the hair.
That's pretty cool.
It's got more hair than I do. Yeah, but we're going to be braising. We're going to be talking about the pan sear, why that's important when you're working with meat.
Yeah.
We're going to be dealing with sauces and marinades and brines, seasonings. Each one of these classes is made up of 3 classes. The bakery, there's 3 classes, and home cookery is the same thing, 3 classes.
So if you're around in our area, come and take a class with us. Check it out. And if you're not in our area, you should really think about visiting Conifer.
We have some great bed and breakfasts
Oh
up
my
here,
goodness, yes.
and some places to eat.
Yes. You come here and eat. Come take a class, have a wonderful dinner, and with a beautiful bed and breakfast. And it would be very nice for you.
Okay.
Okay, so into the oven that goes.
Yeah, but first, I need that kosher salt. Boom, right here.
You know, you don't have to use real candles anymore in these. Now they have the nice battery candles.
So you're not pre-roasting your... Sprinkle on a little bit of kosher salt. What that does, it helps extract the liquid.
Okay, because you don't want runny puree.
No. And doesn't take a great deal, but... And yes, I'll answer the question in advance. You can probably taste a little bit of salt, but it's nothing crazy.
Okay.
Now we're going to take these guys. I like roasting them upside down like this because that way all the fluid goes down into the pan rather than gathering in here, because
we don't want water.
We don't want water.
Puree.
Yeah, you know. And you may have noticed also that I took the top and I cut off the meatier sides. Why waste the pumpkin is what I look at.
You're talking like a Capricorn now.
I'm a Sagittarian.
I'm sorry.
I'm not disciplined whatsoever. Okay, this is going in the oven for 45 minutes.
Okay. And I've lost my knife. There it is.
And I'm setting the timer, maybe.
Okay, 45 minutes. During which time...
Okay. But we're not waiting. We're not going to have to wait.
Oh, we're
because
not?
no, this is a TV show.
Okay.
So like any TV show, oh my goodness, it's done already. So you can see what it looks like after 45 minutes, and it has cooled, so that means that we can handle the product. So we're going to bring these guys out like this.
Okay.
And
now
we're going to scrape or
ready?
cut the
Scoop out the flesh.
flesh, the skin.
Isn't that Halloweeny?
You know-
The flesh of the pumpkin. Woo!
Okay.
All right.
So, and here we have a food processor. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put it right here. Will make the job just a tad easier. And I've got a paring knife here, and you can see what we're doing. We're just going to cut this stuff off
Okay.
like this.
That looks good. I'm going to save my seeds too.
And you see it's soft enough. Whoop. It's soft enough that, I mean, it just glides through. Do check to make sure that you don't have any of the skin. For these larger pieces, let's cut them down. Again, just boom, boom.
Okay. Looking good. So we roast these seeds. You said you put them with butter and salt?
Yeah, not very much. You know, if you've got like about a cup and a half of seeds, I'd do, what, probably a tablespoon of salt and maybe a tablespoon of butter.
So we've got these all kind of cleaned off.
Right.
They're ready to go. We used to do them in the, when I was little, we did them in the frying pan too. You could do them on top of the stove also.
Well, I've never done it in a frying pan.
Well, that's, you know, the butter.
Yeah. The butter, yeah.
Butter and salt. You can't go wrong with that, right, Tom?
There's no such thing as too much butter.
That's what I'm told.
Ask Julia.
Okay. Can I help you with this?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. You're getting all of this off of here. Comes right off. Can you use a spoon?
Probably use a spoon, of course.
I'm going to scrape a little bit. Try scraping.
Okay. You know, old habits die hard.
Yeah. Look at that. It's actually really easy to scrape.
Well, it's actually really easy to cut.
See who's finished first. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Show off.
Okay.
Yeah, in the baking class, we're actually going to, I think one Saturday, I want to feature pumpkin.
Well, it's the time of the year.
It's the time of the year.
Somebody said there are pumpkins everywhere this time of year. Somebody told me.
No, I think that was me.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
All right. Now this is going to end up being exactly like what you would go out and buy in the can, because you've already bought the pumpkin, right? So if you
I'll
use
tell you
the
what,
flesh, you don't have to go buy canned pumpkin.
I think the advantage, let's get rid of this.
Okay.
Put you over. I think the advantage to making your own puree, I mean, there's a taste difference and there's an appearance difference. I mean, just look at the color. You can see that it's more yellow. It's brighter than canned pumpkin.
Right, that stuff's really, really orange.
Right. And when you, and by the way, when you do this, I encourage you to use the pulse action because pulsing is kind of like stirring it. When you just turn it on, if you look down,
Nothing says all
yeah,
the
see,
same.
right over there, that's right. However, if I pulse it, come on, don't make me a liar.
Stirs it around.
There it goes.
Good. All right.
And we want this stuff really nice and smooth. You know, it'll take a couple minutes perhaps to do this and get where you want to be.
And then at this point, this is ready to use in pumpkin bread
or pumpkin pie or anything like that.
whatever.
As a matter of fact, if you're going to use it right away, you can go ahead, like, you know that this is the stuff I'm going to use. You can go ahead and add your seasonings. You can, you know, your pumpkin pie seasoning. If you're doing a molasses or a maple, you can add all that kind of, add it and just boom.
Right.
That way,
Instant.
we're done. Boom, right into the pie crust, which you already have ready, I'm
Now
sure.
suppose it's November 1st, right
Yep.
after Halloween, and I take in my decorations and I make this, but I don't want to use it until right before Thanksgiving.
I like to store it in quart-size Ziploc freezer bags.
Bags.
Yeah, because
Not
that way
the
you can,
little,
no,
not
because
the
this way you can get all the air out. The one thing about storing anything, you know, but especially liquids, I think, in a freezer, in a storage container like a deli cup or something,
Right.
you get liquid,
Yeah.
you know, and it freezes, and so you start getting a little bit of freezer burn going
okay.
on. So this stuff, you can take it and put it right into the bag. I always weigh it off. I like to. I mean, this is a small amount here, but if I've got bigger pumpkin or I'm doing more than one pumpkin, I'll weigh it off to like 16 ounces.
That's what you get in a can.
That's exactly right.
2 cups or 16 ounces.
Right, exactly. And I know you can read everywhere, and it says, you know, if you freeze it, use it within 3 months. Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, you can freeze this stuff. Make sure you get all the air out of the bag, seal it, label it, date it, but you can hold
All
it
right.
for a year in a freezer.
Well,
In a refrigerator, by the way, you got to use it in a week, though. That is
All right.
that is a done deal.
so if you don't have a favorite recipe for pumpkin pie, Tom and I will, on the website, we will each put our own favorite pumpkin pie recipe
Yep.
there for you. And I guess maybe that's all. I'd like to invite you to like us
And share.
Share.
And this is really important. This is important for us because we learn from you. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if there's something that you want to see in the future, please let us know. Just drop
Yes.
us an email at castlesandkitchens@gmail.com, and we would be really pleased to be able to do whatever it is you'd like to do.
Yes.
Oh, look at
And
your
look
carving.
look what I made with my decorating pumpkin.
He looks almost human, kind of.
Yes.